Yo, what up, my people? We are back with another episode. This is a big one, episode 20. I didn't think we'd be going this far with it, but I've been having fun making these episodes for you guys. This episode's gonna be good because we are going to utilize the new update that just came out this month. And this month they added a few things, but the one we're going to be doing in this video is synchronized coasters. This is my first time doing a synchronized coaster. In this game, I tried to do some in the first game, and I had the idea since I recently found out that this happened a while ago, but I just now found out that my favorite roller coaster, Dueling Dragons, was taken down quite some time ago, but I'm late to the party. Not really a party, more of a funeral. And that coaster changed my life. I went on that coaster with a few friends on a field trip, believe it or not, when we were in high school. Our band went on a field trip to Florida, and we hit up Universal Studios and Disney. And that coaster was insanity. It was a dueling sit-down coaster. How do they call it? Hanging coaster. It was a sit-down hanging coaster, dueling two different tracks, and they interacted with each other in a few ways. And a few of those ways I try to replicate in this video or in this set of coasters. As always, I do not have a name for them yet, but I did go hanging inverted. That's what it's called, inverted. I did go inverted, and as you can see here, the first sort of feature I'm going for is kind of like a dual corkscrew, kind of where they go opposite directions of each other at the same time. So you'll see me test it out, try to get a good sync. That one's not so good, so I try to think of ways to kind of figure this out here. The best method I found is to mess around with the lift speeds, and what that does is you can kind of, without changing the track, you can quickly try to sync them up that way. So what I did was the left one is on 14 miles an hour, lift hill, and the right one, the magic number was 13. So you'll see right here that they are now a little bit synced up. So I'm happy with that. So I continue building, and I try to make them interact. So that's the hard thing with doing this that I found is I don't know whether it's better to build it, like build one and then build the second one. I was kind of going back and forth for each feature, and I don't know if it was the best method. I have at least finished this coaster. You'll see in the video the main track is done layout, so I do keep it, and I just don't think it was the most efficient way to do it. I think next time we're gonna do another dueling, or at least another synchronized set of coasters, and I think with that one I'm gonna build one completely and then build a second one around it and see how that works, kind of just see the differences. So this feature right here that I'm going for is one that was in Dueling Dragons, so kind of go up at the same time. like you just saw. Only in Dueling Dragons, it was so close. Like, it's almost like your feet were going to touch each other. And that was like one highlight of that ride that people thought was insane. So I kind of wanted to recreate that, where they go up and then, just recreate that feature of Dueling Dragons that is so iconic. And my planning in this set of coasters is to get the layout down. I don't even end up keeping them here. I end up moving them, but I chose to build them here, so I had the path to kind of separate them evenly. But I end up moving them to kind of fit the park more. I wanted to put this on the island that I've made in the middle of the park, but I also wanted to kind of use this as like a centerpiece in the background kind of thing, like kind of like how Disney does the castle. I kind of wanted this, like, as soon as you enter the park, you see this mountain sort of structure in the background distance. So that's kind of what I was going for on this one. And right now I'm kind of just experimenting with the layout. I end up scrapping a few ideas and keeping a few, and you'll see how it kind of progresses over the course of this video. I don't do any... I save all of the additions and terrain and decorating for the next video. But I at least get the layout down, and I kind of figure out what I want it to be doing. So I have decided that it's going to be going through a mountain, because that's what I wanted in the middle. I kind of wanted a big mountain in the middle as that centerpiece I was talking about. And I saw that this update was coming out, and I thought, let's make use of the new update and try something new. And I also just had the idea of the Dueling Dragons coaster, and I was like, man, that'd be sick if we had a really cool inverted dueling coaster in the middle that you can see off in the distance. And I think the end product of what we got here was pretty good. We will, this video will end with a preview of the coaster. However, please keep in mind this was before smoothing. So my method in building coasters is pretty simple. If you haven't seen it before, I put the track to 4 meters. I kind of roughly put out the layout. You put the banking offset to 1 meter. I forgot about that. So track length to 4 meters, banking offset to 1 meter. You lay out your rough of the track layout that you want, and then you go in and smooth it 3 pieces at a time, and no more than 3 pieces at a time. What that does is it gives it a little bit more control when building, and then it gives it a little bit better smoothing when you go through and smooth it. So the preview that we're going to have in this video will be without smoothing, so keep that in mind as you watch it. It's going to be very jank, very crazy, but I wanted to keep it in there for you guys, because when I'm building these, I do test it out. But for each episode, I try to give you guys a preview of where it's at before we move on to the next episode and the next phase of sort of building the coaster. So it's not the longest coaster. It's got 3 really good features. It's got the first double corkscrew. Then it goes into the double sort of half loop that interacts with each other. And then we are going for a sort of simple barrel roll, where they kind of pass each other and barrel roll. So surprisingly, these coasters got really good numbers, so I kept the layout. I didn't want to change it too much after seeing them each. I think one got 7 and one got like 6.5. I don't know. Very small differences in them, I guess, will cause that. But other than that, we were green across the board, so I kept it. Now you can see I'm just moving it. I didn't want them right in the front. I knew that building it, but since I built them right next to each other, it was easy to moving them just down to where I wanted it. And that's basically going to be it for this video. I will leave you off with a preview. It is a preview of just one side, I believe. It might be 2. We'll find out. But other than that, I appreciate you guys watching. Appreciate the likes and the follows and the subscriptions and the views. I mean, I am making this with no expectations. I just want to put it out there and have a record of the parks I'm building, because I made a few parks in my 500 hours of playing these games and wish I had them. So here they are. Hope you enjoy. Have a good one. Peace out.